you know, it'll get people to watch and pay attention to Divas division, because you're going to have someone like Charlotte or Becky or the Bellas or Sasha looking up at these women and being like, okay, and storyline wise it makes you wonder, okay, how are they going to beat that? I mean, they almost had that with Awesome Kong a few years ago, but they messed up. But of course, a few years ago, I don't think they had NXT as it is now. I don't think they did. You know, same with Loki, Caval. You know, if they would have had NXT as it is now, he'd be far better than what he was. He'd have a better understanding. So, to me, when I look at NXT, comparing it now to when it first originally began, comparing NXT in these past 5 years, you could definitely see a huge improvement. You could definitely see the fact that under the right leadership, under the right guidance, that this is exactly what it should have been in the first place, and not some reality show, blending of reality television wrestling show. You know, this is exactly what it should have been right off the beginning. And right off the beginning, it should have been placed in a wrestler's hands, not at Vince McMahon's hands, or whoever was in charge of the original NXT. Because like I say, you see the difference. And you see that now the men and women in NXT, they have a reason to be there. They're not just there to be like, okay, I'm going to do this and that, and I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to go through that, and I'm going to compete in this match in here, and maybe I'll get called up. No. It's about the fact that they have a reason now. They have a platform that is taken more seriously. It's more legit. These fans, myself, anybody, we get this NXT. We like this NXT. And people from other promotions want to go there. And people that have been on the main roster of WWE left and now have come back want to restart their careers there. Why? Because it lets them be more. It lets them, in a sense, still be who they were, you know, before coming to the company or coming back to the company, as well as develop into something more. And again, with Triple H getting that concept, and as well as understanding that you sometimes, if you bring in certain names, you got to let those people be themselves. Because that's who the fans know him as. You know, he gets it. He understands it. And you know what? With Triple H behind the realm, and whoever is working with him behind the helm, with Triple H, I should say, behind the helm, I should say, and anybody else that's behind the helm with him, NXT is just going to go further and further and further. A lot of people are looking at NXT as being now the A show of WWE. You know, and just for an hour's worth of television, the takeover specials being somewhat 2 to 2.5, I can't disagree with them. And it's like I said, I look at it like this. The only way Raw and SmackDown is going to get better is that the creative team and the booking team gets changed. And I look at the fact that if you, for at least 3 months, 90 days, allow the creative team of NXT to come up, the creative and booking team of NXT to come up to the main roster, right for Raw and SmackDown as well as the pay-per-views of those 3 months, you will see a vast improvement. You will. But we'll just have to wait and see if that happens. But I believe it's something they should look into. I really do. But to me, when I look at the evolution of NXT in the past 5 years, from when its original concept to what it is now, I can't say any more than what I've already have. And everybody from Bill Apter to Schleg Daddy, to the Lexman, to Don Tony, Kevin Castle, Solomonster, myself, Chase Oliver, Brad Rules, you know, we all agree on this. NXT is indeed the place to be if you're a wrestler and a wrestling fan. And we can only pray to God that that influence slowly starts to integrate itself onto the main roster. Again, I look at it like this. Triple H gets it. He's slowly passing that on and influencing that onto the backstage staff, creative staff, booking staff. by allowing the men and women of NXT that when they go to the main roster to still be who they were in NXT. You kind of see that now lately. In the past few months, you've seen that. So, to me, we can only pray and hope that that influence grows stronger and stronger and stronger. And like I said, for 90 days, if I'm WWE, I let the NXT creative staff and booking staff take control of the main roster and the shows there like Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-views, and you'll see a vast improvement. I just get this feeling you will. True, the mess that they've gotten themselves into can't be cleaned up can't totally be cleaned up within 3 months, but you could definitely, to me, you would definitely see a vast improvement. You definitely see a big difference, in a sense. And the potential that it could have if that influence continues. If that change continues. So, but to me, I do have to agree. Even though I don't watch it, when it comes on right away, I can watch it any time, just like anybody else. I definitely believe NXT is indeed the place to be. And especially if you're a fan of women's wrestling, that's double. That's double, if not triple. No, triple, what I'm saying. And basically, it's the place to be. Like I say, if you're a fan of women's wrestling, and that goes double, triple, if not quadruple, with that statement. So, that's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry this was in multiple parts, but let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts comparing, when you look at the evolution of NXT from its original concept to what it is now? And what do you think can happen in the future? And do you believe the influence of NXT behind the scenes is going to be felt on the main roster soon? And do you agree that at least maybe for 90 days, let the NXT creative staff and booking staff take control of the main roster and Raw, SmackDown, and the pay-per-views and see what happens? Do you believe we might see a vast improvement? Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Again, I apologize this was in multiple parts, and I'll talk to you all later.